8:45, we're in the midst of spooky season, and it's a popular time to visit one of Cleveland's hidden gems. The Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic gets nearly 7,000 visitors each year in Old Brooklyn. So we sent Brissa over to Studio B. Spooky season, Brissa, here we go.
Spooky season is certainly here, Dave, and there is no better place here locally to visit if you want to fill your fill of crystals, spellbinding candles, posters, and incense. I'm joined now by the director of the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic, Stephen Intermill. Steve, thanks for joining us.
So happy to be here.
I'm so happy that you are here. So talk about the museum itself. What are you guys really known for?
All right, so our museum features the collection of Raymond Buckland. Raymond Buckland's very famous for bringing a type of witchcraft, spirituality to America. In doing so, he created a museum on Long Island, and that collection now resides in Old Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Or Old Brooklyn, Cleveland. How is this?
And you guys
It's early.
It is very early for the average folk.
Well,
So you guys are known for having some interesting and very unique artifacts. Some of them you brought with us today. Talk about what people can find if they come see you guys.
all right, so here we have our Cleveland Ouija, and I was asked to bring artifacts, and I didn't want to bring anything that was, I don't know, could be damaged coming here. So I thought this, created in the last 10 years by my friend Jim Lanza. People love this board just because it features the iconic guardians,
Yeah.
which in my opinion are a symbol of Mercury, the god of divination and magic. So brought those there, and then I brought a couple books. One, the red one, a lot of people call it Big Red. This book is a great book to learn about the idea of spiritualism, this idea that we can communicate with our beloved dead that have passed over. And then also over here, we have High Priest, a book written about our founder, Ray Buckland. It came out earlier this year, and it's quite a page turner. Highly recommend, if you have an interest in the history of the craft, to read this book.
Good to know. Awesome. Now you guys expanded to Old Brooklyn 2019.
2019.
And business has been really good for you guys.
Oh, absolutely. We get thousands of guests a year, and people travel from all over the world to come hang out with us. It's an extraordinarily gratifying experience to be able to share this collection with so many seekers and people with an interest in, the arcane art.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of some of the witchcraft stuff too, talk about just some misunderstandings that people might have that you want to get across.
People have this idea that, this idea of malevolence, but most witches I know tend to be very good vibe people with this idea of spreading love and light into the world in their own personal way. So
Gotcha.
I like being part of that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And especially during the Halloween season, are you guys seeing more visitors right now?
Well, my busiest month is July, because
Okay.
we're a tourist destination. But this time of year, my weekends tend to be completely slammed.
Yeah, they really fill up. And
yeah.
you actually got your start at the Christmas Story House, I heard.
Oh yeah, of course.
So what is that like going from, the Christmas Story House to Buckland now? Is there a change? Is anything different?
Perhaps the easiest transition somebody could ever make in a career. Because at a Christmas Story House, they celebrate the magic of the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
And I mean, what are the two when you think of something like kind of magical when it comes to holidays? Halloween and Christmas. So we're still kind of spreading that kind of joy. And, you tell a good, compelling story. You have a place that, a lot of people, when they think of Halloween, when they think of Christmas, they think of their childhood and the joys that they
Totally, yeah.
expressed at that point. So easy transition.
Easy transition, good. All right, well, Stephen from the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic, thank you so much for joining us in studio this morning. Where can people find you?
Bucklandmuseum.org. And this time of year, book online.
Okay.
Best way to do it.
Good to know. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Brett.
Dave, how about that? Something to do on the weekend.
Fascinating, yes, indeed. All right, Brissa, thanks.